as I described, to kind of reiterate, let me test this and let me shut down my prep work real quick because I'm working on stuff for games 2 months in the future. As you know, as I should be. You shouldn't be getting prep work done the night of. Let's see. Is this gonna any of these sound effects coming through? I can't hear them, so I'm guessing no.
I don't hear
I'm
anything.
not hearing anything.
Yeah, I didn't think so. Um, so as I described the labyrinth is a region, geographical region around the. Oh, that's why you don't hear anything. Around there is a now. There's always been an area kind of heavy maze like and these like a skin around the region of the labyrinth that you had to kind of wander through. The presence of Baphomet has created a situation where that mostly innocuous maze has become a extra planar effect on this area. So now it's like like if you look at the labyrinth, it's like the skin of an orange wrapped around the region, and that is its own issue. Don't worry about that. I'm messing with the sound. So now that you have passed through the spiral of the Horned King into the actual labyrinth, you can move freely in it and worry about passing back through at a later time. So now that you're in here, I'm going to pull up the map after I get this kind-hearted audio bot back in. There we go. So your Underdark map that came included with your Shield Guardian included this area that you have now passed into. Let me shrink you down a little bit. Of course,
Uh,
this is not the actual paths; it's a general one. These are the uh, points of interest marked on your map according to the best information you had. This one I'm pointing at here being the Gallery of Angels to the best of their knowledge or the knowledge of the people who assisted you. This being the Maze Engine.
Can you reset the map?
yeah, because I don't have it. There we go.
Apologies.
That's more like it.
So the circle that I'm putting on now, well, I'm trying to put on. There we go. The circle being the Gallery of Angels. That's as small as I can make it. I'll make them smaller in a bit. So this being the maze engine, the further away from you, as it were. As we are talking, I'm going to go ahead and shrink these down to say 25 and then make them invisible. There we go. There we go. So now I can actually put uh, circles around things when I need to. So you are in the labyrinth. It's a massive region. So here you have the Gallery of Angels, and here you have the approximate location of the maze engine. Now, from there, you're going to have to, as I said, decide where you want to go. You do have 6 of 7. He can guide you to the maze engine directly with no issues.
Then I mean, if we can stop by the gallery on the way, this would be good, no?
Mhm.
Yeah, I don't
Or
have a
if not,
problem.
then yeah. If we don't see it, then we can always backtrack and try and find it.
Yes, yes, yes. Well said, well said.
And of course, you can always exit the labyrinth at any point. It's elongated, but it also has, a top and bottom as well as other exits, so you could go down to get out. Let's try this. There we go. I tried to leave it on from last night in my game. All right. So, what do you guys want to do?
Well, let's head in the direction of the labyrinth. Or the maze engine, sorry.
Okay. what's the
It wasn't
crap?
And yeah, I think we maybe make some stealth checks here.
That was my next question. What's your marching order? What do you guys? How are you guys traveling? We haven't updated that in a while, so it's probably worth the effort.
I know I'd keep that 30 feet ahead, maintaining the psychic link, just kind of scouting ahead of the party. Actually, I might even do like 60 feet ahead at that point.
Adria and I will kind of stay in the middle.
I'll go ahead and
What's the light situation in here?
It's same as the rest of the Underdark. It's mostly pitch black, phosphorescent mushrooms, things of that nature. But it's dark more than anything else.
Oh, and we do need a long rest at earliest convenience.
Now that you are in the labyrinth, you could take a long rest now if you want me to apply it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
the-
think
yeah,
we
if you
would
don't mind.
scope out the best possible hiding hole and take a nap.
There you go. So I went ahead and applied that, especially this close to the spiral. Any creature that is passing into the spiral is likely not to survive. And you can see why, especially being as powerful as you guys are, to essentially walk through and survive is an extremely difficult thing. So you're not likely to get hit through the spiral. And then from the front of you, obviously, if you're from the labyrinth, it's become pretty obvious to most inhabitants that the spiral has taken on a more planar demonic form, and so they are doing their level best to avoid the place. So you're fairly safe on this side of the spiral. Oh, and everybody have their spells redone if there is need.
Yeah, I'm just working on it,
Take your time.
but you can continue on. I might change it out a couple.
So as you guys begin, fairly safe. You guys are able to long rest with no issues. You begin traveling with the guidance of 6 of 7, the unerring guidance of 6 of 7, directly towards the maze engine. And what that is going to look like, obviously, is going to be something akin to from point A to point B. There's a substantial amount of tunnels. It's not there's going to be a lot of circumnavigation, but that's your goal. So
Wasn't he like spinning around and you couldn't figure out where to go though? As if it
inside
was
of the-
moving?
inside of the spiral, the skin of the orange around the labyrinth, it was extra planar, so he could not pinpoint the
Oh, I
location.
see it. Okay.
So now that he's back firmly in the prime material plane, he has his bearings, as it were. And he is unerringly taking you there. So your method of travel, you guys are walking. Let's see. Are you the only one rolling stealth? And so that's my question. What is your method of travel? And are you traveling at if you're walking, a normal, slow? You guys do have, the wind walk spell, things of that nature.
We could use a windwalk spell, but then we wouldn't know where we're going.
What do you mean?
Well, we kind of know where we're going, but I don't know. It's a labyrinth, right? So I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Weren't we also going to use the Windwalk spell to basically the get the hell out of Dodge thing as well?
Well, I actually can cast it myself if we want.
Now he can cast it. He doesn't have to do an arcane roll. Or
Oh,
a
okay,
skill.
cool.
Once you have the spell on your spell list, you can cast it.
Oh, okay.
So and I don't have to use a scroll. I prepared it for today too, so I can just cast it and we can go.
So, if
Yeah,
you're
neat.
looking to navigate to the maze engine, there is no survival check needed to navigate. You're still going to get lost down wrong turns and things of that nature, but you know the direction and the distance. So short detours aside, you will progress rapidly towards the maze engine. If you're going somewhere else, I'm going to need a survival check to find it.
Well, we were hoping to hit the gallery on the way, right?
Trying to, but yeah.
So let's start with this. What is your method of travel? Foot, it's magic, or
I
secret
guess,
answer three?
Yeah, I guess you're using your spell would be best. Not only would it be safest, but also allows us to track more ground quickly. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like we can take a less direct path because I think it should take us there like no problem. But
And
Can't remember how
using
much.
that kind of magic is not too draining for you.
it's my only. I can only cast the spell of that level once a day.
And say we get into big fight, would that leave you hamstered or not hamstered?
No.
Hamstrung?
I should be. I still have wild shape, so I should be fine.
It might even help us avoid fights. So I guess if there's no objections. I think that's what we do. No.
Hmm.
No, I'm good either way.
Yeah, no, that makes sense, I guess. Let's do it.
All right, I will. I'll cast Windwalk. on
Wait,
everyone.
wait.
Yeah.
Am I still going to be able to see?
Will you be able to see?
Yeah.
Yes.
Because I'm gonna be a cloud. I don't know if I'm gonna have eyes.
Don't think it makes you a cloud. Hold on, let me reread the
It
spell.
does.
This is also
Okay,
like
makes
the
you a
third
cloud.
time. This is like the third time we've done this target. Like it was just like last time, you know.
So you turn gaseous.
Yeah,
You
it's not
appear like a
different.
wisp of cloud. You're not humanoid. You are a cloud, and you have
Okay,
a
yeah.
flying speed of 300 feet per round. Resistance, things of that nature. You can still take damage. Now, a couple things of note: when you're using this, especially this area, you're just traveling. You can revert to your form. It takes a minute to solidify, but you also have to note that if you're traveling and you revert to your say corporeal form, that doesn't end the spell. The spell lasts 8 hours. You can go back into cloud form, so you can stop, look at things, assess. It just takes a minute both ways, so it's a 2-minute delay. Now mind you, you're moving 10 times your walking speed.
And it's a concentration spell or no?
It is not.
No.
Wowie woo.
It is an incredibly powerful travel spell. My Tuesday night group is in love with the spell. They use it to travel all over the place.
Well, then why don't we make love to it then? Let's do it.
Yep, I can cast that, no problem. I'll use my own spell slot for that.
If you're trying to travel to the Gallery of Angels, I need a survival check. If you're going directly to the Maze Engine, I do not. But I do need an answer for certain on which one.
Gallery.
Gallery.
Try to find the gallery.
You guys all want to just roll, or somebody want to give me advantage, or?
I'll give
I
you
can-
advantage. I also have proficiency. I don't know what anybody else is.
I don't
Yeah.
have proficiency.
I've got a +5 to survival. That's my best. So,
Yeah, same.
Okay, well then we will give Agile Smoke advantage.
All right.
Nice.
I can't argue with that. Now, your typical travel would have taken you maybe 5 days from this point to the Gallery of Angels. But you managed to accomplish it in substantially less, a few hours. And because you did it all in one day, you only have to succeed on 1 survival check instead of 5. So
That's amazing.
Just to keep track of, are we technically in the Underdark or no?
I don't understand the question.
Like, is the labyrinth technically part of the Underdark, or is it
Yes.
like its own? Okay, so then I mean, for what it's worth, I can't get lost.
Yes. Right. Now you can't get lost, but it's more along the lines of how long it takes you to find it, not unable to find your way.
Right.
But you do travel to the labyrinth. I mean, the Gallery of Angels fairly easily. I mean, that's one of the things. That's one of the reasons why the first half of Out of the Abyss takes substantially longer than the second half, because it should. As you get more powerful, you are less susceptible. That being said, you travel in your gaseous form, and you do still have a few more hours. And as you are coming into the passage you are following begins to climb upwards. And as it climbs upwards, you emerge through a vertical chute through the floor of a large cavern. This cavern is 60 feet arching above. There are tons of bristling stalactites. They drip water onto stalagmites that are rising from the ground. And the floor is broken. There are areas where it has puddles. It is definitely an area of natural beauty. But that being said, you immediately notice there are statues breaking into the natural beauty. And here and there between these stalagmites, the statues of winged humanoids are set in poses. All of these poses immediately strike you as, in one form or another, suffering, anguish, agony. Some cover their faces, while others claw at their face. Others are reaching towards the ceiling or crying out with expressions of longing. There are a total of 8 statues.
Do these statues look like they're crafted or
If they're
petrified?
crafted, they were crafted by either very powerful magic or a very, very skilled craftsman. The detail is exquisite. Based on your knowledge and your experience, it is much, much more likely they were petrified.
The ones. Oh, I did prepare it. I did think of that. Cool. I could cast Greater Restoration on one of them. What do you guys think?
Do we think it might attack us instantly?
Don't know.
Or do you think it's going to end its suffering? Because if it's going to end its suffering, I think maybe that's the best choice.
I don't think it'll end its suffering, but it won't. It'll. I don't know what you want to call it. They'll just make it alive, and then if it tries to attack us, we could kill it. So.
Alright.
Well, I think
Or try
perhaps
to calm it
using-
down.
Yes, exactly. I think we try and calm it down first, and then we kill it if necessary.
But like, what turned these beings into stone? You know, that's my question.
Well, that's the other thing. They could let us know if there's danger ahead.
Or perhaps we're already in the danger.
Perhaps.
Think maybe it's a curse.
Could be a curse.
Well, then let's hurry up. Then the fuck.
Well, do you want me to undo one of these guys and see if we can get some information, or
I say we do one, get info, do more if we need to.
okay?
Alright.
Now, technically, my passive perception's 18. I just want to like take a little listen before we really get moving here. Like, is there any sign of movement or life in this area?
So you kind of assess the cavern. It's arched very high, but it's not incredibly massive in terms of width. It's large, but it's not tremendously large. It is dead silent. Even the dripping water seems muffled.
Can I kind of more closely inspect one of the statues and see if I'm familiar if it is a petrification or some other effect, like if it's a curse, or because I can only end one effect.
Do you want a description of them so you can pick one, or you want to pick one at random?
Pick one at random. I don't really care.
Okay.
They all. It's from this picture. They all look like they're kind of cowering
Or suffering.
or suffering of some kind. Yeah.
Right. So you pick one at random. And you pick one that's holding its hands to its face, that one there on the left. If
Yep.
you still have it up. Concealing its face, its visage. And you look at it and give me a wisdom saving, or I'm sorry, a wisdom check.
Straight wisdom check. Okay.
So it is clearly a petrification spell. As you are looking at them, the details are beyond most skill. These at one time were living creatures. It was, whether it was a curse or not, you cannot say.
Okay.
But they're definitely petrified.
Okay. So I can try and act to somebody be ready just to grab one of their feathers. Quickly. Maybe.
I
And
can
then
do it aggressively, but I cannot do it quickly.
That's fair. Oh, it's whatever. I'm sure the least they can do is give us one of their feathers. I can only cast the spell twice, though, so. But
I say Spirit will get as close as she dares, ready to reach out and snatch one if necessary.
And I'm just so I got that 31 stealth check. I'm just gonna like kind of hide off behind some rocks somewhere, just hide somewhere in the darkness. And I will already a psychic dagger attack. If the angel attacks any one of us, I'll throw a dagger at it.
Noted.
Okay, everyone ready? This is going to cost me 100 gold too, by the way.
Yeah. We also need it from 6 different celestial angels, by the way.
Yep, I know. We can only get two today.
Okay.
Maybe there's some alive, some ways down or something. I don't know. Anyways, cast and spell. Greater Restoration.
He cast Greater Restoration. The angel he picked has its a glow form around it, and the glow, like the soft blue glow of Greater Restoration, turns a golden hue before rebounding and slamming into Roland, throwing him across the chamber and slamming him into his stone wall.
Oh shit!
Spirit immediately breaks away and runs up to his side just to check him to see if he's all right.
Yep.
Yeah, that's rough. I can't do that again today.
Why didn't your magic work?
It seems to be some sort of divine punishment on these beings, but it just drained all of my energy. I can no longer cast spells today.
Wait. Hold on. You fucking tried to save one, and some random fucking being took your powers away?
I don't know if it's some random being, but they're being punished for some reason. And whoever did it didn't like that I was trying to undo it. Or put a backup measure, if you will.
Okay, so plan B, I guess. The fuck do we do now?
Just carry on, I guess.
Well, wait, these are stone statues, right?
Hmm.
Couldn't we potentially chisel off a feather or two, if need be?
We could. I don't know if that would work for later. I don't know if I can just restore just the feather. Later on. We can always try. I'm always down to try it tomorrow. But today I'm just too wiped now.
Yeah, no, I can totally agree with that.
Can I search around? Is there anything else? Like any runes, any I don't know, tablets, anything else in this like area that might be unique to this area and or seemingly connected to the angels?
The angels are the only non-natural feature here. Now they are obviously, just like you can see in the image, they are replete with feathers. There's quite a few feathers per angel.
And Roland, you think it was some type of holy magic that counted yours?
Yeah, I don't know how I know, but it felt divine in nature. Whether
I
that's
don't.
good divinity or bad divinity, I don't know.
So you
Right.
think that if we break off a feather, you could potentially restore it tomorrow?
I don't know if that's gonna work, but I can attempt it.
I might have a different idea first. Not that I know anything about holy things, but I do know from some of my archaeological work that often people would pray to their deities, gods, demi things, and um, sometimes receive favor. I wonder, maybe Roland, if you were to pray to the gods who did this to these angels, maybe say sorry for trying to mess up their magic, and just express that we need a feather from each to defeat the demons. Maybe maybe they just give us the feathers. Who knows?
It's
I
worth
can
a
try
shot.
unless it was the demon lords themselves that placed this curse on them, but it's
But
worth
that
a
would
shot.
give.
I'm not much
But
of a
that
holy man.
really? Oh, I
I
kind of
mean,
thought you were, but like holy in a different way,
like I wouldn't say worship nature, but nature is more of my god than anything else. I do not know the name of the god that would be in my heart, but I know that there is one. But I don't
I know
necessarily pray to it every day.
this is. I understand. I'm similar, I think, but would Nyx have a religion proficiency? She has a bard. You never know, right?
You never know. Let me see. Adra Nyx skills. I don't know. She's got a pretty. Yes, she has proficiency in religion. She has studied it. Whether she's
Nice.
religious or not, I can look and say. Yes, she does have a deity as well. I mean, pretty much all would have to.
Because I'm guessing that Roland does not have proficiency in religion.
I do not know.
All right. Spirit doesn't, does he?
No, she doesn't.
And certainly Drunken.
Definitely don't even bother asking. Yep.
I was gonna say, yeah. I have a -1 to intelligence checks, so yeah, no.
This is where we need Ophelia.
Recently found out that there is a god who loves to drink. She's considering converting. If you can even do that.
can always convert in Dungeons and Dragons.
So
Nice.
so maybe Nix, do you think you could? Do you think, like, do you know what god might be connected to these angels and might have done this to them?
So, Nyx, I can roll it, but I mean, I can roll for something else, but that isn't something that she's going to be able to tell specifically because there's no clues that would tie the punishment to a deity.
Okay. The idea of praying to a deity and asking that they give us some of these feathers or that they remove the curse long enough for us to get the feathers, would that be a religion check or?
From what you know, the from what you know, the issue is removing their punishment. That being said, I saw Indomitable Spirit. It's worth noting, especially with Dungeons and Dragons, most deities are aspects of a similar deity. So hypothetically, if you pray to a Maztecan god of the sun, hypothetically, that aspect, that deity, is simultaneously its own entity and affiliated and also the same entity as another deity of the sun. They're all like different sides of a D100. They are simultaneously separate and together. That is why deities are interdimensional beings. So they do have influence and they don't. It's an unusually complex system.
So it's kind of like
do have influence.
So it's kind of like in a manner of speaking, like how the Greeks and Romans worship Zeus and Jupiter. They're two different guys, two different names for the same dude, basically.
Essentially, except when it comes to Dungeons and Dragons lore, they are the Maztecan god of the sun, if it were to manifest its avatar at the same time that Lathander or manifested his avatar, they would both exist at the same time, even though they are simultaneously different and the same being.
Okay.
If it's confusing, it's supposed to be.
I was about to say it is a little, yeah.
It's intended to be because it's beyond the human mortal mind's ability to comprehend.
I was going to say, yeah, there really isn't a whole lot of Maztecan goddesses that like Spirit would even really pray to. I mean, the only one I could even really think of would probably be Kiltse, who would be of love, fertility, and healing. That would be the only one she would really bother to worship if she worshipped any of them.
Oh, anyways.
Well, yeah, I just think that Roland or Nyx should pray and like try to get the god to take the punishment away just for a little bit, you know?
Yeah, okay. Well, I can try praying, but I think that just the taking the feathers will work because it won't be ending their punishment necessarily.
I'm just
Or
worried that
interfering with their
if we try to disrupt the punishment and take the feathers, that might get consequences. Like bad thing might happen. But if we pray, what bad could happen? You know, like do one first. If it doesn't work, then the fucking chops them off. You know.
Yep. Okay. Well, I can try.
Okay, you can roll your religion check with advantage.
Cool.
Since you've recently had close contact with the deity.
Yeah.
Of some form.
Not the greatest, but that's okay.
So you don't get a response, obviously, but your knowledge is what you know so far is about all you can surmise.
So I think the play is basically taking the feathers.
Alright.
Take a feather from each. I see 5 in this picture. How many are there?
8.
8? Cool, just take 6 of them.
Alright, how are we gonna do this
And-
then? Are we just
I
gonna
don't
like
know. I'm
smack it off probably with a hammer?
asked the dwarf. She's probably got the best knowledge of crafting with stone.
I was about to say, does any of us even have a hammer?
Actually, I might. I'm just checking my bags. Hold on.
Check them bags.
I do not. I have. Oh wait. Yeah, I just have my great axe.
Maybe just while they're doing this,
Mhm.
I'm gonna pull out that gem of seeing and put it over one of my eyes with like, because I think we kind of RP'd that it'd be like an eye patch, right? Or it was that a fever dream I had.
Can you rephrase that?
Anyways, I'm gonna use the gem of seeing and use one of its charges just to have true sight.
So the Gem of Seeing doesn't reveal anything invisible. There is an incredibly strong divine magic over this place. It is divine in nature, obviously. As you have learned, the only thing you're able to ascertain with your Gem of Seeing is not so much direct seeing, more of drawing the conclusions. These entities are alive in their stone form. They are not petrified and unaware.
Yeah, so just I'm getting the vibes that they maybe even hear us right now, the statues that is. And well, I mean we can still just ask and take and hope they're okay with it, but I think they might even feel us removing their feathers.
That
Well, if they're like any kind of bird, just removing one feather isn't necessarily painful.
Tony, you said that this whole area has this magic, right?
Yes, this area seems to be under the effect of divine magic.
Throng, I'm just curious. Try to pick one of them up.
It's
Okay,
way
I
too
tried.
big to be lifted, but you can
No.
try to move it. I mean, they're embedded into the ground.
Okay, never mind.
No, you can try and move it, but or things like that. But yeah, you're not gonna be able to pick it up. There's no reason to even try that.
Yeah, I was just wondering if we could perhaps like move the angels out of this area and that might remove the effect on them, but
I doubt it, not with the powers at work here.
yeah, you're probably right, yeah.
I'm gonna touch it with the intention of trying to move it away from here
Okay.
and see what happens.
Which one? Do you want a description or do you want to roll a d8?
The D8.
All right, give me a d8. I rolled for rolling earlier. It was a 5. So you walk up to the third angel, which is pointing at a spot on the cavern wall with its mouth open and a look of horror. And when your skin touches it, before you're even able to exert any pressure that would result in actual moving of it, you hear screams in your head of horror, crying, just terrifyingly painful. And I need a wisdom saving throw from you.
Aw, titties. I ain't good at these. This is a -1.
No.
Okay, wait. Hold on, because in my inventory I have my Stone of Good Luck, which I am attuned to.
Yes, it
But
will
it's
automatically
not-
give you a +1.
Okay, because it's not actually changing anything in my
Correct.
my thing
It's
here.
on,
So
it's on your combat tracker. It's invisible for you. If you look, it'll say effects +1. So you manage to resist the mental anguish pouring out of this creature. as you come in contact with it, and you quickly become aware that that creature was essentially screaming out in agony and horror and madness, attempting to free itself or communicate with you. You don't know which, but it definitely hurt. You have a pretty bad headache, but you managed to free yourself before it damaged your mind in any way.
Oh, fucking Christ. Oh, God. That was so loud. Did you hear that?
I didn't hear anything. What happened?
The angel, the second I touched it, started screaming. Horrible, agonizing screaming.
And the spirit just kind of like takes a look at the statue. She doesn't touch it, but she does
Don't.
withdraw her sword.
Okay.
I don't think there's anything that we can do for these poor souls here. Just try to maybe, they're already suffering. We might as well just try and take a feather and go, or hope for the best and maybe we can find some more later.
I mean, I think that's not a bad option, but they're already in so much pain. I don't know if I could handle to have them in more if we took a feather without asking. Consent is a thing, Roland.
Mm,
Shit.
Well, we can ask, but I don't know how they would respond
mhm.
if they even could, you know.
Well, I don't think they can. But, and I'm very scared to look. I might fucking do it though. The angel's pointing to something and it's screaming, so I don't know if there's something over there.
We can take a look. I can take a look.
Yeah, I just be careful.
Mm-hmm. Don't worry. I'll be fine. Hopefully. So I'll take a
So-
look right where the angel's pointing, I guess.
So whatever the angel is pointing at, or whatever the angel was pointing at, is either beyond your ability to see, or isn't recognized by you. It is just a blank spot on the wall. It's totally unremarkable. So whatever it is that it's pointing at, you don't see anything that's of note.
And with the gem of seeing, do I see anything different with that?
You do not.
Okay.
Good question, though.
I think maybe it was a creature that did this. Like, obviously, we knew it's a divine intervention type deal, but I think they had a creature come in and petrify them.
Could be.
Do we try and go and find the creature and kill it and maybe end their curse?
Where would we even go?
Yeah,
Just-
let's just
Path, I guess?
I
let's
think
just
it-
continue on. I don't think there's anything that we can do here. If you're against taking a feather, then I guess we can just
But-
continue on and see if we can get to the bottom of this.
But I mean, we can. It's yes, but we have no idea where we might find other feathers. And without the feathers, demon lords destroy all of our world. So
Mm-hmm. Hey, I'm with you, Agile, but I don't want to do something if Dronga's gonna get upset with it.
No, it's just that. Fuck. I understand the importance and the urgency. I just. That fucking screaming made me very uncomfortable.
I could attempt a psychic link with them, but if
I
you touch
wouldn't
it,
do that.
and yeah, it feels like it would not end well for me. But I
No.
could try. But I also wonder maybe they bad angels, you know, and this is why they're there, you know.
I mean, it's likely, I guess. Fuck it. Let's do it. Okay, so.
Try not to touch them, just hit them with the chisel or something.
Like, okay, so. Tony question.
Ready.
With my background in, like, not necessarily my soldier background, but where I learned to go into that field, like when I was working at the forge, would I have some skill and ability to use like the edge of my great axe to try kind of like chisel away at a feather to break it off without touching anything?
Absolutely. And
Okay.
even without the skill, now the skill can give you definitely it's easier for you, but even without the skill, you would be able to try to use your weapon to chisel. I mean, the stone isn't incredibly um, resilient. Petrification doesn't leave you harder or any type of unusually hard stone. So if you're trying to just tear off the feathers from 6 of them without touching them, it's not even something that would require a skill check.
Perfect.
Okay. Well, I mean, I can go around and collect all 6 if everybody wants, or we can divvy it up.
Well,
However.
Spirit can help. She's got her drawcraft sword she can use. So.
Okay.
All,
We can
all
just.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, go ahead.
No, you're fine. Go ahead.
Let's say all she's considered is that so long has whatever madness or mental screams that if she touches them with her sword, that it's not going to affect her just by touching it with a sword.
And you do notice that that is the case. As long as you have no physical contact with their physical bodies, it seems to not be able to communicate mentally with you or establish a link. So using your weapons to chisel off feathers seems to protect you.
Cool. If that's the case, once she figures that out, she's going to go ahead and just go to town.
Okay.
If I can, I'm gonna avoid the one that I touched originally. Oops. And the one that's pointing and screaming, and just tell people to leave that one be.
Yeah, she's
Okay.
going to avoid the 2 that we've already established. Because she wants none of that nonsense.
Noted. None of that nonsense approved. So you guys are collecting the feathers. 6 total feathers with the other 6, I should say, total feathers. Is that my understanding?
Mm-hmm.
So you don't
Yeah.
have any issues with it. You're able to use your weapons, like some form of cleaver or what have you, and chop off some feathers. One from each one, from the 6 that you said you wanted to specifically target. And you pull the feathers, and you don't get any type of unsavory contact with these creatures. They don't send screams through your brain because you don't have a mental link with them. And once you collect all of those feathers, you now have them, when they're in your hands, broken off. The feathers themselves revert to feathers, just feathers.
Okay, then.
Okay.
That makes things easier for us.
Perfect. Mm-hmm.
That was much easier than we thought.
Do bear in mind, as you guys are going through this portion of the campaign, a large part of the danger of the Underdark is the travel to locations.
Mm-hmm.
So
we got our 6 feathers. Cool.
you have managed to collect your 6 feathers. A little bit of painful headaches that came with the contact, but whatever these creatures are here for, there is very clearly divine beings that want them here, and trying to interfere with that is probably not a positive outcome for you.
Exactly. So, on to the maze engine then.
Indeed.
All right. Well, if we want to get there quickly, I can't use any more spell slots, but I can use another. Well, actually, we're probably still good on my 1, aren't we?
You are
Perfect.
good on the one you originally cast. So looking to head out as you guys are. You guys travel maybe just 20 minutes away from the Gallery of Angels, and as you do, you pretty much notice as you start to travel away from there, as the feeling of divine magic leaves you, it becomes really obvious why and creatures avoid this place. It's a place of torment and divine punishment, and you can understand, especially Roland and Drunga, why this is not a popular vacation spot. It's a disquieting feeling for you. But as you travel towards the maze engine, you're about 20 minutes outside of the Gallery of Angels, and you see an extremely odd looking thing. And what it is, as you are traveling, it is a fortress, a massive, I'm sorry, let me rephrase that, a very tall fortress. It is apparently this vaulted chamber as you're moving through it with stalactites, stalagmites, like much of the Underdark. And as you're winding through this in your cloud-like forms, moving over the uneven floor without any issues, you're moving through this narrow passage pretty quickly, and you come into a short, small chamber that is lit up by phosphorescent fungus, and you see a dark metal tower. It's tucked back into an alcove where it fits almost perfectly. It is a square tower, 20 feet on each side. Literally, it's 20 by 20 by 20 by 20. It's 30 feet high. The second floor has arrow slits in it. There are battlements up top that are the four corners of the battlements have gargoyles. A stone gargoyle on each of the corners, so 4 in total. Set in the middle of the wall facing you is a sturdy looking door made of some dark metal that is essentially identical to the rest of the tower. I'm trying to get you a picture. I had a picture. I just need to get it for you. So I will get you that picture momentarily. I'm a big fan of this picture, but I didn't apparently keep it in the right place. All right. So does anyone have Arcana?
Not me.
Probably only Nyx.
For sure.
Take that as a no.
Definitely not.
I'll definitely pull up Nyx real quick.
Yup.
Give me 2 seconds. I moved it to the wrong spot. There we go. I'm going to share this image in Discord real quick so you can see it. I will pull it into Fantasy Grounds after I save it here. That is the type of tower you see in front of you. So if you saw it there, so that's what you guys see. It is absolutely by no means required for you to stop. You are moving so fast that I'm pulling it into Discord so that you can see it for the recording spirit.
Oh, okay,
Right.
there you go.
So those griffins on top are gargoyles, but this is actually the Dungeon Master Guide thing. So you see the arrow slits. Second floor, there's a roof and a door.
There's no like insignias or symbols on it, right?
There's designs and patterns. There's no markers, banners, things of that nature. No. So
And it appears uninhabited?
Well, you don't know. You're just flying by it. Nyx does have Arcana. I assume.
It wouldn't hurt to roll that. I think, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, as she is kind of looking it over, she instantly recognizes it, and she tells you that it is a magic item. It is a rare magic item. It is called the Instant Fortress. It can be shrunk down to a 1-inch metal cube, put in your pocket, and then set out and commanded, at which point it turns into what you see in front of you. It is used by traveling wizards of some power to create their own fortress when and where they need it.
Very, very curious.
Hmm.
I don't think we need that.
Well, it would be pretty cool.
I mean, it would keep us safe if
Hey,
it's
if you
an actual fortress.
if you guys want to make a pit stop, just gotta let me know. We can turn around.
I think it's worth a look, but that's just my vote, anyways. I would not be mad if we left it.
It probably has an inhabitant.
And they probably wouldn't be very happy with us if we barged on in.
I agree.
Well, we could knock.
We could ask. But hey, maybe they're dead, and maybe the servants are waiting
Oh.
for somebody to come find it.
Oh, maybe. Well, we have plenty of time left on the spell, so we can make a pit stop. All right, we'll stop at the tower.
All right. So this is worth noting. Let me minimize this. I am a huge fan of Fantasy Grounds. I have been for years. I started on Roll20. Fantasy Grounds Unity added this really, really kick-ass feature called stamping. There's a lot of features in Fantasy Grounds Unity. The one I'm referring to specifically allows DMs like me to take a map that they like. Ooh, I never changed Dronga back. Let me fix this real quick. Space and reach. Dronga is not 10 feet anymore. She is 5
Oh.
feet. And let's go with clear all expiring effects. Trying to do that more. I'm pretty bad about forgetting effects. But, all right. So, what you should be able to see, the thing I'm referring to, is Fantasy Grounds allows me to take a map that I'm using, like this map, and stamp onto it an image that I wish to create. And so I took a map of the tower that someone made, and I stamped that map onto this map. And now I can show it and hide it as instant towers can do. So if you have this item hypothetically and you say I want an instant tower here, I can stamp the map of the instant tower onto the other map so that you create it on the map.
Oh, neat.
And I thought this
Super
was
fancy.
That is pretty cool.
cool things they make so we can do. That being said, you stop and there is an instant tower in front of you. You shouldn't be locked. You can kind of move around if you want. See the tower wherever the tower obviously blocks your line of sight. You see the door directly in front of you.
I'm gonna just shrug my shoulders and walk up to the door.
Wait. Let me check. Make an investigation check here, just to see if there's any like traps or anything on the door.
Okay. By the way, you guys were traveling this way, so if you want to move yourselves back, you don't have to be right there. That's just where I dropped all the tokens, like by default. I drugged them all over there. So, you're doing a perception check on the door, you said?
Investigation.
So you investigate. There are no traps that you can detect. It doesn't seem to be trapped. Nyx does tell you that as far as she knows, when it comes to the actual tower, the door is essentially protected from magic, damage from regular weapons. It's resistant to damage. It's essentially a magical tower, so while it is hypothetically possible to break in, it doesn't have a lock for you to pick. It's magically locked, protected from most opening magic and most damage. Like the whole purpose is, if you were a wizard creating a tower to protect you, you would make it hard to get in.
Logical, yeah. How high up are those arrow slits?
So so you can tell they're clearly delineated. It's a 3-floor tower. The first, so it is 20-ish feet. The first floor is 15 feet. The second floor is 15 feet, and then of course the roof is at the 30-foot mark.
Could I climb my way up and take a look in through one of the arrow slits?
You can. I see your stealth roll.
Yes.
This fucking guy. He's gonna lose like 8 of his lives right here.
Because I'm a cat and I have 9?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So
That
you
was a
climb up.
joke. Sorry.
You're fine.
I say, don't worry. If anything knocks you off, I'll stand underneath here to catch you.
Thank you.
Wait, don't cats land on their feet?
Most of the time. Not
So
always.
You climb inside, and you peek inside, and so what you are able to see on the inside is 2 humans. They are inside the tower. One seems to be a spellcaster, and the spellcaster is chained, whereas in wearing manticles and held against the wall. The other one is talking in some language you don't understand.
I will telepathically relay that information to the group. It might be worth trying to save this wizard.
You think if we save him, he'll give us his tower? Nice.
This is not his tower. Why don't we just knock and figure out the situation first before we just kill the guy that has the other guy locked up?
This is a good choice. I will stay up here and keep my eyes on this and just see how they react.
Okay, can I knock?
Go for it.
So you knock, and upon knocking, you wait however long you wish to wait, but you quickly realize that no one's coming to the door.
Hello? We're tired. Can somebody come to the door? Is anyone home? I bang on the door again.
You bang away on the door, and it makes a tremendous amount of noise. But you get nothing.
Telepathically, I'll ask Agile. Did they even react to me knocking?
Yeah, did they?
So you're watching them. The one who is unchained is kind of given a very short pause, seeming to recognize the noise or at least potentially hear the knocking before refocusing on the things it cares about, which apparently is it's captive, I guess would be the way to say it. But no, they don't seem to particularly give a rat's ass that someone's knocking on the door. They're focused on what they are doing with no regard.
And this is telepathically still. Spirit, do you want to try and climb this thing and see if you can get in through the roof?
Yeah, sure. I
And
suppose.
also, yeah, no, they don't get that we're knocking.
I can see if I can come up from underneath, but I doubt it.
Yeah, Spirit's just gonna mosey on up. She's just gonna scramble up the side until she gets to the
Okay.
top.
So, Spirit, you should be able to see the top of the tower now.
Alright. Just
Uh,
looks like I'm inside. I see two
Well,
guys and a couple of beds.
Well, those guys are actually one. Let me fix that for you. I wasn't sure. Oh, I see why. I'm still getting used to what I'm making visible. There you go. That
There
should
we
be
go.
the visibility that you can see because it has GM only and like everyone. So on the roof, you should see a trapdoor.
Yep.
Now. And that is the trapdoor at the roof that goes down. Now, when you go up there, the gargoyles do not respond to you, but it is very clear they are made of stone. The rest of the tower is made of metal. They're clearly there and could to react.
So
It's
before
very obvious from your experience that they would be able to animate. That's the word I want.
Yeah. So she doesn't like make any sudden movement. She kind of like steps over toward the trapdoor, but she doesn't make any move to actually open it. And she telepathically relays this down to the rest of the team. It's like, okay, I don't see anything here except the trapdoor and 4 stone gargoyles. Given our past experience, if I try anything, I'm 90% sure these things are going to come alive and start attacking me here.
That's likely, yeah.
So.
Do you need help? Should I come up?
I don't know how easy it would be.
Might not be a bad idea to get some backup just on the off chance these things animate. But.
Okay, give me like 5 minutes, and I just start climbing.
Alright, take your time. I ain't going anywhere.
Just mosey my way up there as fast as I can.
Give me an athletics check.
Oh yeah, athletics. I am proficient. I picked it up by accident, not knowing if I grabbed the right one. I dropped it, and it was a nat 20, and then I fucking dropped that in. That's annoying. Hey, actually, that's not so bad.
Well, you climb up. You don't have any major issues reaching the top. And you find yourself at the top, looking at the trapdoor. Has a handle.
Okay. Anyone else come in? And I'm saying this telepathically. Anybody else come in?
I can't get up there. Not easily, anyways.
All right.
I would say, I mean, I could come up, but
Oh,
Like,
I got an idea.
He has an
Okay.
idea.
I'm going to. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna turn into a air elemental.
Okay.
Hey.
Make it your turn. I'm working on that presently.
No worries, no worries.
Roll in.
Yay, air elemental.
Huzzah! Whoa. Spookers.
So I could either come up there, or I could probably just fly in through the arrow
Yes.
slits.
yes, I mean, we could just try and make this happen. Should I like just try to talk to them through the arrow slits first?
Yeah, you can try.
Yeah, fuck it. Go for it. If they don't want to talk, then I'll fight these gargoyles.
Okay. So I'll just try and like poke my head like as much into the arrow slit as I can, and just say, "Oh, hello there."
So you say something into the arrow slit, and you do not get a response. They are either unaware, unable to hear you, or totally ignoring you.
I'm gonna go ahead and use my gem of seeing again.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna get that true sight going. Do I notice anything out of the normal?
So you get your true sight going, and essentially, one second. So, one thing you notice pretty quickly is that as you're looking in the arrow slit, you notice that the two humans, both the captured human and the human who is holding her prisoner, are polymorphed. They are shape changed. They are not humans. They are the exact same race, and they look like this. They are very clearly some undead or demon. In addition to that, you roll me a perception check is what you can do.
I didn't see the picture.
It's
It's
in
in
the
the chat.
yeah, it's in the chat. Yeah.
Oh, there it is. Okay, got it. Gross.
Yeah.
So in addition to that, you see another creature in the shadows. You can't exactly make out what it is. It is hidden in the shadows. You are able to detect it, but you're not able to detect it to the point where you can definitively tell what it is. It's not invisible, it's hiding, so the true sight doesn't necessarily help you as much, but it is positioned directly below the trapdoor.
This is one big freaking trap, no?
Probably.
So like two demon monster looking motherfuckers. The one chained up is so either they're having a dispute, or it's a trap. There's also a third being that's directly underneath you guys on the roof right now. Like it's waiting for you to come through the trap doors. It's well hidden too, by the way. It's I would have thought the Gem of Seeing would let me see everything, and I still can't really see it.
The Gem of Seeing lets you see it lets you see magical stuff, but if someone's hiding, like behind a wall or in the shadows, it doesn't give you the ability to. Basically, it pierces all magical obscuration or shape changing.
Should I just go in and cause a fuss and maybe draw that other person down?
If that's the case, I think we should try, if we want this fight even, I think we should try the trapdoor up top first.
Okay,
And because you can get in, I think.
I can
But
get into. I'm
if you
pretty
get
sure.
in and nobody can follow you, then that's big trouble.
Then I just get back out.
Unless you can't.
I don't. Well, yeah, unless they trap me somehow.
I'm thinking about that time you went down that tunnel, you know?
So it's times like
With
this,
all-
I still wish I had my quarterstaff. I could just like maybe use this quarterstaff to like just put it toward the handle and just kind of like lift it up from a distance, like leverage.
And it's true, if we have to fight 4 gargoyles
On
and
top of that, yeah.
and whatever's in there, I don't know.
Well-
I don't want to just leave these things. They must be evil. They must be.
These
But-
gargoyles they're kind of like firmly bolted, or not really bolted, but they're fastened to like the top of the tower, right? Like there's no way I could just like say shove these gargoyles off the side and just like dispose of them that way, could I?
They are gripping the tower with their claws.
Okay, so yeah, I kind of had the feeling on that. It's like, yeah, it was been a little too easy if I could just like say shove them off the side. Okay, so what's the plan here? Do we just go ahead and spring the trap then?
Let's feckin' go. I'm ready.
Wait. Does Nyx have Dimension Door?
I believe she does. I don't know precisely. I don't have her up character sheet up anymore. I minimized it, but I'm bringing it up now. That's
And if Nyx does have Dimension Door, could they Dimension Door up with the Shield Guardian?
So yes, Nyx does have Dimension Door, and what it allows her to do is teleport within 500 feet, and it can be a place that she can see, visualize, or essentially she can describe by stating the distance and direction. So basically, she can teleport in there even though she can't see it. She can bring along objects as long as her weight doesn't exceed the amount that she can carry, and one creature of her size or smaller. So she can't take the Shield Guardian, but she can take someone who is medium or small. Because the Shield Guardian is large, she can't do it.
I mean, I don't know if Nyx teleporting in with like Dronga or Spirit is the right move or not. But that might avoid the gargoyle fight anyways. I can try and just fucking throw daggers from the arrow slit.
If it helps you, I'm not gonna let you teleport Nyx in there without Nyx here. 10
That's
minutes
fair. Yeah,
before
that's fair,
the
that's
end of the
fair.
game.
Well, you could try to draw them out. Yeah, you could just throw knives at them and see
If
if
it was
you
the
can draw
beginning
them
of
out.
the game, I'd let you guys do it, but not. I'm not gonna not just to end a game and then she come back and be like, "Here you go.
Yeah.
Here's the shit sandwich."
Let's say.
Yeah, I mean, I could just throw daggers at him, I guess. Like, pretty confident these are evil.
Oh yeah, with looking like that, you gotta be.
Yeah.
You know what they always say: judge a book by its cover.
It's got blood
You
on its
guys
hands.
see it? It's got blood on its hands.
Well, I don't know. In the
You guys
picture, it's got red claws.
see
It does. They're stained.
I don't even know what these fucks look like.
Just throw a dagger in with a note and see what they do.
We could start the fight. I'll leave it up to you. Do you guys want to decide how to start the fight, or bypass the fight if you would desire, because you don't have to,
Yeah, we could just leave.
right?
So
Or
how
we can
badly
wait
do you want
till-
this tower?
We could wait till next game, and
I was about to say we
dived in,
could,
but
yeah, we could probably just go ahead and pop off for a bit and you rest up, get make sure we're all ready to go, then come back and just loot this place blind.
Also, this probably has a word tied to it, like a password.
the
And we
identify
kill them all.
spell gives
Yeah.
you that knowledge.
Oh, okay, cool. Then never mind.
The identify spell is probably the most powerful spell. You get to know what it can do and any command words to it.
I don't have identify, but I don't think I can even get it. I think only Nyx can get that.
Yeah, it's a bard, wizard, sorcerer,
Yeah.
warlock spell, or no, not warlock. So, how about this? How about tonight we decide if you guys are going to, I don't know, what's a nice way to say opportunistically murder and steal from these creatures. Then we can work out the details of if you are going to opportunistically murder and rob these creatures, how you're going to do it.
That's fair.
Just
good
to
either
double
way.
check, like this is like you said it's made out of what, steel or?
Adamantine.
Nearly indestructible metal.
Yeah, like I'm just thinking like when that fight eventually comes where we're like taking on all the demon lords in a shit show, the idea of us like being able to cast the spell or whatever and then sit in this seems pretty like it seems like a great idea. And like I'm not afraid to fight these things. It's just like it's like honestly my only concern about the gargoyles, because I think we can take them, it would just be like I don't want to break them and then not have them for our own use later.
Yeah, I hear you on that.
So I'm just saying like how do we avoid that? I know Roland can get in, but you also have no spells now, right?
I have no spells, but I can't cast spells as an air elemental anyways.
But you couldn't heal yourself either then, right?
No, I can't.
Yeah. So like we just don't know how strong these things are, right? Like together I'm sure we can do it, but you going in and me maybe throwing daggers at disadvantage or something, and if the rest of the group can't get in there, then that's just a shit show, right?
I can go in, I can try to go in, try to open the front door. And then if I can't, I can just come right back out. Hopefully.
So,
Yeah, it's risky, but yeah.
is the plan to engage in murder and robbing of these creatures of their fortress? Or to
Yeah.
We already stole 6 feathers off off angels. Now we're talking about stealing a tower off demons. Like, easy deal.
Okay. So we will go ahead and end here about 8 minutes early, and we will let us work out the details of how the murder and robbing will take place next game.
All right.
So
Sounds good.
Murder and robbing approved, and details to come. I am staying on for a bit. If anybody needs the server up, it will be up. We will do probably this battle next game, and either start the maze engine. Now, I'm trying to get the maze engine is a tremendously complex thing. My question for you regarding the maze engine: what is your intention with the maze engine? For my planning purposes, are you just trying to locate it? What are you doing at the maze engine?
I thought we were just dropping off 6 of 7.
I think like understanding it as best we can, and if there's any way we can use it against the demons, right?
Okay.
But first we'd have to understand like exactly what it is, what its purpose is, what it can do, right?
Right. Well, we'll burn that bridge next game or the game after. And you guys have a good week.
All
Sounds
right.
good.
You too.
Sounds
game.
good.
Hi everyone.
Good
GG,
game,
GG.
guys.
Indeed.
Have a good night.
Take it easy.
Okay. Bye.
Later, y'all.
Later.